Also, I think it's so crazy. Like, it makes sense, but it's crazy. But like the like placement of your teeth and like your jaw like affects your breathing. I think that's so crazy. I think that's insane.
Yeah.
But I see it. Like, I get it. You know? It's just crazy to me.
It's just like, I think I was talking about this with Caitlin at work, I think. I don't know if it was her. But like, just the body is like, it's like super cool, but it's also like really scary to think about.
There's just a lot going on, honestly.
Yeah.
And I think that's the part that I find very overwhelming, you know? Because like literally anything can go wrong. And one, you may never know. Yeah. And two, it can things can go wrong so quickly. Like, you could be fine one day, and then all of a sudden you have like a fucking malignant blood cell, and you're dead in like 3 days.
Something.
It's just crazy.
It was like, at the most basic level, what like something that freaks me out is the fact that your heart like just never stops. It can't.
Like, stops beating?
Yeah. It can't.
Yeah.
It's just been going forever.
Yeah.
On its own.
Yeah.
And we're just hoping it doesn't stop.
Yeah, I mean, we better not stop.
That's what I'm saying.
We got work to do 24/7.
Me. And it's just going.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, that's one of the things that if it...
I think it's so cool, though. Like, the heart is one of like the coolest things because it's literally just a muscle. It's just muscle tissue and just constantly just it's constricting and contracting.
I think it's so like it's like the body rides that fine line between cool and absolutely fucking disgusting.
Not absolutely.
Because it's actually kind of gross to think about. You ever see just the heart? Like,
yeah. You know what grosses me out? Intestines.
Really?
Yeah. I'm just like,
I feel like it's cool as fuck.
No. Because, see, okay. There's layers to this. Because your intestines are, like, in your body right now, right?
I hope so.
It's the I hope so. But if someone, like, stabs you and just drags it across, they just fall out.
Yeah.
It just falls. It falls and it keeps falling to the floor.
Yeah.
And the length of your intestines, the fact that it's just rolled up in there, is so insane to me.
That's crazy. That's not even what I would think about.
No. It's so long. For what? Who's this for?
For me. Literally.
Like, yeah, like, I understand the process,
me.
you know, digestion, 24 hours, yada, 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 but, like, it's
just going.
Like,
there's a lot of it.
Girl, that's a street. I fucking lay my entrails out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, that's weird to me.
That's crazy.
That's weird to me.
You know something to think about, which is kind of gross? When you poop, and, like, if you have a really big poop, I'm like, well, that was just sitting. I'm like, if it's, like, 12 centimeters, that was
inside me.
Just sitting.
Yeah.
That's the length of my stomach, bro.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Cool, but absolutely fucking disgusting.
Mm-mm. Yeah, not a fan.
Yeah, but we're here. Mm-mm. Also, this is my body is so weird.
This is my body.
Like, meta.
Like, your brain is in the physical
body.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, I think what it comes down to is essentially, like, you as, like, yourself is just, like, your nervous system, essentially. Everything else is controlled via the nervous system. So you're basically just your spinal cord and your brain.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, me. Like, it's all just
meat.
Here. Yeah.
We're wearing meat sacks.
Yeah, like, it's weird. Like, there's no essence. It's just...
meat sack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Here for the vibes. The vibes of the meat sack.
Here for the vibes, stay for the meat sacks.
Yep. We love it.
Just weird shit like that.
Yeah.
Ooh, yummy. Yummy.
It's interesting to think about.
Yeah. Well, we're here. Episode 13. Ooh, bad luck.
Yay! You remembered.
I did. But just because...
You remembered.
Just because... there was a split second I went... 11, 12, 13.
Not you counting.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known just off the top of my head.
No.
But yeah.
Nice.
Episode 13.
Episode 13.
Freaky Friday. It's Friday the 13th.
I love it.
It's Freaky Friday. I'm in Chris Brown's body. And I'm light skinned black.
Awful song.
Ring, ring. What the fuck?
Ring, ring, ring.
But yeah, episode 13. We're back.
Bitches is mad.
Ha 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 ha. Before Nene Leakes sues us.
You think she would? Please don't sue us, Nene Leakes.
We ain't got money. We ain't got money to sue us. Yeah. Thanks for coming back. If you've been with us since episode 1, we love you. If this is your first episode, welcome.
We love you.
Nah, not yet. I don't give my love up for free like that.
Okay.
Come on, you gotta work for that shit. I almost love you. But yeah, this is us. This is Golden Nuggets, Kim and Kayla, Kayla and Kim, whichever floats your boat. And this week, kind of touches on what we were already talking about, but the fact that this world and everything in it, including us, is a simulation. 234 days till Christmas.
She's not actually counting, guys. She just saw that on the internet today.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not that weird. I'm weird. But I'm not that weird.
But yeah, a lot of shit makes me think that this is a simulation.
I'm like 96% convinced already.
It's that.
A lot of this is fake.
Yeah. You know, is it fake or are we being made to think that it's fake? Or both?
I was about to say, does that not just circle back the reverse psychology? If they tell us it's fake so that we start questioning if it's fake, then we're gonna it has to be real. But it's actually fake.
Hashtag shadow government.
Hashtag realize.
I can't believe you said that!
I can't believe you weren't part of that era. Real eyes, realize.
It's actually so funny. I truly had not heard that before you.
That's crazy. I love it. That was everywhere.
Wow.
But yeah. I mean, and this is not, we're not conspiracy theorists.
I mean,
low key. But I think if you really just look at all of the facts, but also are facts real, who knows?
I mean, I think there are some things that can be proven to be facts, you know, like how long a fucking bat can grow up to, because that's like unit of measurement, you know.
Aren't units of measurement fake?
Aren't units of measurement fake?
Yeah.
I mean, they are absolutely made up.
Yeah.
So yeah. Honestly, I think that's my issue. My issue is that like the series of things that come from like human evolution, in my head, maybe I just don't have the knowledge, but like it just cannot be explained consecutively. It's just like we come up with things and then we build on it. What are we building on? There's no actual proof to the stuff that we're building on. And the stuff that's already there, pre-existing.
Yeah.
So I don't really get it.
I think that's the only way we've been able to continue as a species, in this kind of shared delusion. Otherwise we wouldn't have made this.
Delusion is right.
We wouldn't have made it this far. We would have killed ourselves to the point of extinction if there wasn't something we could rely on, like quote unquote math.
Shout out to the Neanderthals.
Hey y'all. Yeah. Like, we just really be looking for ways to explain things, even if we have to stretch the truth. But again, the truth is subjective.
Truth really is subjective.
Yeah.
It's subjective to some more than others, but you know.
Yeah. Heavy.
Yeah.
Some more than others.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then you're like, oh. Like, the only thing we can really rely on is math. No. Math is so fake. It's just numbers.
They see, and this is why I can't speak to like math specifically, because that shit makes no sense to me. Never been good at math, never will be.
Period.
But I'm just like, what are we actually drawing from here? You know, and they're like, this equals this. because of this. And I'm just like, these are fake rules. We made this up.
We did.
How do you know?
We really did.
And that begs the question as to why some people will try and answer a question. They do the whole thing wrong and get the right answer.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's fake. Nothing's real.
No.
I still got the same answer you did.
And I think that's what it is.
And then everyone's like, oh, like, how'd you even get here? Like, this doesn't make sense. I got here, bro.
How did anyone get here?
You make it make sense to me.
Yeah. But then they don't. They're just like, I guess we're going with it.
It's that.
As long as you got there.
It's that. Or they'll chalk it up to it just being wrong anyway.
No, it's not wrong.
It's that. But yeah. Can't stand it. But also, people and the way they interact also don't help the situation. Like, math in and of itself can be proven, but the way people act in society also makes me think it's a simulation.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I can't do it. I can't do it. Because where's the... And honestly, sometimes I do feel like I act like an NPC. Because at work, like, a lot of the time, I'm just like, yeah, like, I say the same response to, like, end the day. But I don't know if that's because I don't have any energy to provide, like, an actual response. But yeah.
But doesn't that just speak to your health bar?
It's that. It probably does. I mean, it absolutely does.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be like, have a good night. I say that every day, but it's Friday, and then people are like, have a good weekend. And I'm like, yeah, that.
No, see, I don't count that. I said what I said.
I don't want to talk to you about my weekend, if I'm being honest.
Me.
Yeah. Like, we can forget about the weekend. The weekend is my time. You don't have to talk to me about it, like, at all.
I just said have a good night. If you want to have a good night and not have a good weekend, that's up to you. That's up to you.
If you don't want to have a good night, then by all means, don't have a good night.
Then don't listen to me.
Yeah. Like, do your own thing. I believe in you.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll get what you need out of it.
Exactly. I said what I said.
God.
Take it and leave.
It's to take it and leave.
Yeah, people... I don't know.
Mm-mm.
This is just... It's just a little too crazy for it to be real.
It's that. And another thing that, I think about is... I feel like I've talked about this before, and I haven't looked up the name specifically for what it is. But, like, when people, like, their name sort of, like, matches the way that they act. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know specifically what it's called. But essentially, like, it's like...
Self-fulfilling prophecies?
Yes, that's what it is. That's what I was thinking of.
Okay.
Okay, here. The question on Google was, what is the self-fulfilling prophecy with names? And basically there's an argument that once a baby receives a name, this social label, in brackets, name, leads to certain social expectations, inferences, and interactions.
Okay.
So, like, based on that, like, how they interact with the world and how people interact with them in accordance with their name sort of fills, like, certain personality traits and their responses to the external environment. I don't remember where I was going with it. Oh, I think that whole portion of it was just, like, that is an indication of a simulation in my mind. Like, how can that just automatically, like, essentially it's like an automatic default. And with that, I'm just like, okay, that doesn't really make sense. Like, how could this... It's almost like a game setting, Like, you pick a name, and all of a sudden, your character has these certain attributes by default.
Yeah.
I think it's weird. I think it's crazy.
Absolutely.
Why do all Karens act the same? That doesn't confuse you guys? Chads?
Oh, yikes. Oh.
I don't know. It's just really confusing because I feel like that's just straight indicative of a simulation.
Yeah.
It's too controlled for it to be anything else.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think that also just applies in general. Like, I feel like we shouldn't be able to explain a lot of the things that we can Like, going back to math, like, why does it work out so perfectly in our mind if it isn't being controlled? I feel like there's a lot of shit it makes too much sense.
Yeah, certain things, absolutely.
If everything was
as random as people, like, say it is, I feel like certain things wouldn't be predictors. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the people, like, the game makers right now are like, oh no, they're on something.
The CIA is coming after us.
Yeah. And we all don't hear from us in 48 hours.
LOL.
After this is gone public.
Oh my god. It's giving fucking Malcolm X and the bomb in his car.
It's giving Hunger Games. It's giving...
Hunger Games is great.
It's giving all of it. Because they are... See, also that shit. Like, assassinations. It's a little too...
The way the world be eliminating free thinkers, I don't know, man.
Mm-hmm.
Something's not adding up.
Yeah. Just when people are starting to, talk their shit.
Yeah.
They go missing.
Something nefarious at work here, people.
Natural causes?
Natural causes.
Okay.
Whatever you say, sir.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so natural about natural causes.
Mm-hmm.
Because fair. Because if it was truly random, why hasn't anyone assassinated Donald Trump or people like that?
Me. But I feel like that could also be said to be like the interests of, external parties. Like
the stakeholders of the game.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's just like, everything has to go a certain way.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Here's my major thing. I think that no matter what, everything that we receive is propaganda.
Wow, I didn't know we were going this way. Sorry.
Like television, even books, bro, I think in some way, shape, or form is propaganda.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it's all of like the books that end up getting like banned.
Not banned.
Bro, 1984 is banned in the US for being pro-communist. And
is it actually banned in the US?
Yes, and it's banned in Russia for being
anti-communist. Everything's banned in Russia.
Everything's banned in Russia, but the fact that like it was like pro-communism, anti-communism, really, it's just like anti-authoritarian. It's just like
also it's just a book. It's just a book.
Yeah, but they're like, we're changing the minds of society, and we can't be letting everyone know all about free thinking.
And now this shit's fake. Like, we're back to just this shit is fake.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
It's just a book.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe we're oversimplifying it. Maybe it's not just a book.
Probably not. I mean, all books are just I don't know what the word would be, of someone else's reality. Or like someone's envisioned reality.
Like their interpretation?
Maybe
not interpretation.
Not just their interpretation, but like they've crafted this reality and are now selling it, and no matter what, you're digesting this information, but it's just someone else's written words. Yeah.
Honestly, arguably, like, books can technically be art. Because isn't that, like, it's like a form of...
They also are art, but I feel like even the consumption of, if we're very specific, like, visual art is someone's crafted reality.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I agree. Yeah.
Art and propaganda, same thing. If you take one thing from this episode...
Art, propaganda is a simulation.
That's all you need to know. Yeah.
Oh, God.
I mean, anything... Honestly, anything that comes from someone else's brain could be art.
Could also be propaganda.
It's actually both.
It's art and propaganda.
Simultaneously. Depending on how you look at it. If you're US or Russia.
Not if you're US or Russia. LOL.
Yeah. Interesting. They think it's
Yes.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if 1984 is banned in all U.S. states, but I know for a fact that it is banned in a good number of places.
Look, I literally didn't even know this.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of some others. I think Animal Farm was another one.
I mean, makes sense. Same author.
Yeah.
There's a whole list here. It doesn't tell me where it's banned, but this is a list of the perplexing history of 9 banned books in America.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of this first one. Maus. Mouse.
I have heard of that one.
Mm-hmm.
Is it about the Holocaust?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
1984, To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yes, that was another one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To Kill a
Melissa. I've never heard of this book.
No, I haven't heard of that one.
Of Mice and Men.
Yeah, I have heard of that.
Whoa. Oh, Harry Potter is banned in a lot of schools, libraries, and individual homes. Oh, wow. Okay. Largely for its occult themes, otherwise seen as promoting Satanism. Yeah.
Love that.
Oh, wow. The hate you give.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That does make sense.
I've never heard of this one either. It's called Speak. Damn, I love this book. The Kite Runner. I was talking to Adrian and Stella.
Yeah.
And this was a while ago. She was like, we were talking about books.
I think that was the first book I read where I like cried.
That was, I say it's like my favorite book of all time.
Mm.
But it wasn't the book that made me get back into reading. It also wasn't the book that made me like stop reading. It was like, it's just sat with me forever. Like, I don't think I'll ever forget The Kite Runner.
Yeah.
Such a good book.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I told them that my favorite book was The Kite Runner. And so I was like, how do you like that book? Like, it's so dark. And I was like, also, I do be reading dark shit. Whatever.
I mean, just because it's dark doesn't mean like it's bad.
No, yeah, that was my, I was like,
Yeah.
She was like, it talks about like and it was one of the themes. But like, it's like, you like reading about children, like, in horrible situations. I was like, that's not what I said.
Yeah.
For one.
I feel like people, they have this like perspective when it comes to like dark topics like that. And I think it's just like, because our society like tries to keep things more like innocently placed or like have an innocent perspective for certain things, i.e. children and like, you know, playing in playgrounds and yada yada yada, like that is just a very specific setting and like placement for children. When it sort of turns into like this dark perspective and you get like child trafficking and just like child brides and all of that, like those types of topics, people shy away from that. That's when you're really seeing like definitely there's a certain narrative being pushed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In the West, we love to just think that this shit doesn't happen. One, it happens literally in our own backyard.
Mm-hmm.
And two, we love to live in this fantasy, or like your narrative, as you just said, like that it only happens in like war-torn developing countries.
Yeah.
But no. And I think reading about those things is really important. And it doesn't mean that you support child brides or child trafficking.
Right.
I think it's just, I don't know how to explain it. Like,
I think it's just eye-opening, you know, like it's giving yourself like the space to know more than just what perspective you're being given, you know? Like it's like expanding your perspective, your horizons.
Additionally, I think even if you're not wanting or like you're not going in to learn,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, even for me specifically, I think it's allowing myself to feel different things. Because like this narrative of like rose-colored glasses or like the American dream, that's all good and dandy, and we associate them with all these kinds of positive emotions, but like there's a whole other range of emotions and things that happen. So like allowing yourself to be in that as well and be touched by these people's stories is also really important to me.
Wow. Yeah.
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 Because I've been thinking about it recently, and I was like, as I've been reading, some of these things, like, the more I read, the more, I don't know, yeah. the more some books just aren't hitting.
Okay.
And I was talking to May about Yellowface that she lent me, and we were just like, I think when I'm reading, I need to feel something. Be that from the author, be that from the story. Like, I can't just read and be complacent anymore. Like, I want something. Give me something. And even if that's negative or like darker themes and darker emotions, I feel like there's a beauty in that as well that not a lot of people get to appreciate.
Interesting. Yeah.
Wow, this sounds super. I was like, there's too much complacency.
I mean, is that wrong though?
No, not at all. It's giving I bleed red. Like, it's just giving like extremist. Yeah, there's just too much complacency and like, I've already gone through 24 years, almost.
Yeah.
Almost 24 years of just like, not like sitting by and like enjoying life, but like, there's just so much more out there.
There is.
Than what we're like privy to or like what's pushed onto us in like the media. Mostly the media because we absorb so much media all day.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. But hey, I'm not deleting Instagram, I'll tell you that. I am not deleting Instagram. Y'all can pay me.
Instagram is just too funny.
It's so good. But yeah, I think it's time we step up and really just grab a hold of everything that's out there and stop shying away from what's available.
Yeah.
I actually don't even know how we got here.
I don't know either. Hashtag censorship.
No hashtag censorship.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely something to be said about like the way the Western world like filters everything, but it can also be said for like most societies that there's definitely that intention to filter. I don't know if there is, you know, an unfiltered society aside from ones that haven't been, you know, touched.
Yeah.
But I mean, touch seems like the wrong word, but you guys know what I'm fucking getting at.
She touches children.
But yeah, like I think it's important to sort of have that like exploration and, you know, be invested, honestly, in seeing what's out there and learning more and being a part of new experiences and feeling stuff that you weren't actually used to. Yeah.
Going back to your earlier point, I don't think there is a cult or a society out there.
You said cult.
A culture. I was going to say culture. A culture. Because I was like, society, I was like in my brain thinking of it as a culture.
Yeah.
Where they're like completely open.
Yeah. Because
cultures and groups of people are formed based on like sense of values.
Yeah.
Whatever. And
which is also based on history.
Exactly. And I don't think it's possible for you to be classified as I'm going to use culture because society is kind of broad. Yeah. As a cultural group that can fit everything. You can't technically be a cultural group without censorship of some kind, which sucks. But again, that's our need to be grouped and categorize things. I was like, I know, like, Scandinavian cultures are a lot more open about certain things, but the question is, do they reject this idea of closed offness? Yeah. Which I don't actually know.
That's a very good point. And honestly, I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah.
I think it's fashioned through other methods isn't the right word. In other ways, I guess.
Okay.
Like, they might be closed-minded about other things. As to what those things are, like, I don't know. But, yeah, like, I feel like it's definitely, like, just different in a way that varies, I think. Yeah. You know. But I guess that's how societies are created. So.
Exactly.
Yeah. Everyone has their own set of values based on their own historical events and interpretations of the events and all of that.
Yeah. I don't think we can change it. Yeah. I don't think we're ever going to be able to just, like, reject these ideas of cultural groupings or... And
that's why I think aliens would hate us.
Yeah. I'm like, I want to make a time capsule of all the worst things about humanity.
Wow.
Just to show them.
That would be a bunker full of shit.
Me.
Wow.
Like maybe I'll have like a thumb drive with all the good stuff, but like
Oh, wow.
first and foremost, I just want to collect the worst things about us.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, aliens. I think aliens know about us, but I also read books like this. They're just like, they don't want to talk to us. They're like, would they?
Absolutely not. Do you see how we live?
Like fucking pigs.
Like, please be so for real right now.
We're the roaches of the universe.
That's being generous. We might be shrimp.
But shrimp at least like have something going on.
What do they have going on?
You can eat them. Something. I feel like just roaches are just like disgusting.
But if you think about it, like, everything came from the water, right? So roaches are just...
Wait, sorry, I wasn't ready to start.
like the whole concept of evolution, which I think is also convoluted. However, there's a little more concrete evidence.
Also, how do y'all know? If we weren't around, how can you just say... How can you just say we came from the water? And no, how long did it take? Because from monkeys to human.
That's what I'm saying. It's all based on guessing. Like, for all we know, like, the world could have just been
here.
Yeah, it's all based on guessing, and they determine methods to like predate stuff. So that it's more math based on devised methods that have no 100% proven efficiency.
Exactly.
So yes, it's more guessing. It's absolutely more guessing.
I love it.
We don't win.
No. What were you gonna actually say about fucking...
I have no fucking idea.
Evolution.
Oh, I was like, because like roaches are like land and they can like fly, but like because shrimp...
I've never seen a roach fly, and I swear to God...
Roaches fly, bro.
I think I knew that in my heart. I think I knew that, and like I felt I knew it, but we went from politics and propaganda to science. And we started with math, actually.
Period. I love it. I love the fact that we are just all over the place.
Yeah, hey.
It's okay. If that doesn't say what we're about, I don't know what does.
Nothing else will. What's that?
Well, that's that. This has been episode 13. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. The episodes are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and YouTube. So watch it on any of those interfaces, platforms. And yeah, our Instagram is always live. Follow us on Instagram, GLDN and GTS.
Yeah, not with hesitation. Yeah.
And we've been your hosts, Kim and Kayla.
That's me.
Crushing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bet.
Thank you for coming. Love you.
See you next time.